fucking refers pronouns they. Holy fuck.
Oh, okay. I'm looking over there for my camera. I'm like,
just fuck.
It's been a couple of weeks. I forgot where the hell a camera was.
Our bloopers are going to be fucked.
Welcome to Hockey Nights in Vegas. My name is Eddie Rivkin. I am joined by the second most important export in the history of all Canada, Sarina Taylor. Unfortunately, she is just not as famous as that Ryan Reynolds guy. But hey, I got the second most important export, so I'm good with that. This episode, like all the others, is brought to you by Ageless Forever, my very good friend, Dr. John Pierce at agelessforever.net. I'd like to welcome our new engineer, Bjorn, joining us for the very first time today. He's going to be shooting some behind-the-scenes content for us, and hopefully we'll be able to maintain a straight face when we glance over to look at him.
What we're talking about is Mateus is wearing, it looks like a baby Bjorn with his iPhone so he can record stuff on the go. We're not going to get meta glasses. We're not going to get a GoPro. We're going to look like a total doorknob and wear this thing. I feel like you should come into the shot. No?
We'll work on that later. Hey, we got a watch party coming up Sunday.
We do.
And boy, I'm just going to say this to you. I have a surprise for you that is so good.
In the show or at the watch party?
At the watch party.
Okay.
That I really want to say something incredibly crude about how excited you're going to be about this. But let's just say it's going to make your birthday gift with Rick Rowley seem
really
inconsequential.
Okay, I cannot possibly imagine.
Oh, no. I
okay.
Actually, there's a few people in the world who like me, and somebody sent me something, and I said, oh, this is it. If we weren't really good friends, right, you'd want to do things with me.
Oh, my God. It's a little...
Yeah, it's that good.
Okay.
And listen, based on my promise of the birthday gift, you almost have to believe that.
Yeah. Like you did not disappoint.
I'm bringing the noise big.
Okay. Oh man.
Sunday.
Okay. Is there any possible way that I'm going to find out in advance what it is?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Not.
All right.
No.
Not that because I don't want to. I don't like when
No. There's only two people in the world that know what it is, and it's the person who offered it to me.
Okay.
And me. And
cool.
Let me put it this way. It's going to be so fucking good that I'm going to have somebody film me giving it to you.
Oh my God. Okay, please don't do that because that
No.
It spins me out.
No.
Okay.
You have to take it in context and trust me that when you see what it is, it's going to be the YouTube short that goes over 28 million views.
Perfect. For the record, though, I don't get like super surprised by anything anymore.
Oh, no.
Like I'm not like, oh my God. That was like when I met Wayne, but that's the epitome of what I've needed in my life. So everything else is kind of...
You can forget even me. This is bad.
No.
Oh,
no,
yes,
it's not.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Okay.
There's nothing better than meeting Wayne because that was my life goal.
Okay, well, you know.
Yeah, no, there's not.
We'll see.
There's not.
We'll see to open up the next episode.
I'm sure it's great, but like nothing trumps that.
Okay.
Like you got your baby Bjorn on? This fucking guy. Okay.
So the watch party. Let's talk quickly about that. This Sunday, doors at 5:30, game at 6:30. The Mighty Ducks or whatever they call themselves. We're at the Space again. Mark Chinook's joint over by behind the Aria. Food, drinks, prizes, giving away tickets.
Yeah, guys, come to the freaking watch party.
Come to the watch party. We've got a graphic. Bjorn's going to put the graphic up. I sent it to him a couple of days ago, so you don't have to watch us giggle through this, but it'll give you all the information. 5:30 door, 6:30 game. Sarina and I are hosting some trivia, some giveaways.
But just to be clear, you do not have to RSVP, correct?
No.
You can just show up.
Show up.
Okay.
Just show
Everybody, not just the hockey.
Everybody.
Like the ladies of the night one.
And all ages.
Okay.
So we're going to have to mind
if you
our
have a
P's and Q's a little
if you have
bit.
a stupid kid, don't bring it.
Yeah, don't
Don't want your shitty kids there. Okay.
Remember we started the hit list thing last week when I got a little bent out of shape?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've got two of them, and they're directly related.
Okay, fire.
Mike Rupp and Boyle.
Oh, God, what did they say? I don't listen to those.
Okay.
Not like them. I just don't really listen.
Okay. Do you see the picture of William Nylander?
No.
No, you didn't?
This one?
Yeah, that one. Right?
Yeah.
$5,000 it cost him. These two self-righteous cocksuckers went on the network and said it's disgraceful and and it was an embarrassment and he's bad. That's not the look the Toronto Maple Leafs want to have, and basically spent about 3 minutes condemning a guy for flipping off the bird to a cameraman when he was sitting in the press box as he was a health scratch. Listen, those two fags have said a lot worse to other people on the ice and chirped. I'm disgusted with the high and mighty. Just stop it. They're hockey players. They're entitled to have fun. Quit being the no fun league. You remember when they used to call the NFL the no fun league?
Yeah.
Okay. Quit being let them have some fucking personality, right? He flipped off the cameraman.
And it wasn't even aggressive.
No, he was just fucking
funny.
laughing.
He was laughing.
He was laughing, right? But these two self-righteous cocksuckers think that the fine wasn't enough. This is a bad look for the Maple Leafs. This is a bad look for the NHL. This is the same game where they had the two guys in the fight where the camera was looking right at him and he said, "Fuck you, you fucking pussy," with the blood running down his face. They didn't say anything about that being caught on camera. They'd rather talk about Willie and the bird. So fuck Boyle and fuck Mike Rupp, please.
So I was in Calgary for 5 days.
You look thawed out.
And
barely.
Yeah, a little. Still a little stiff in the elbows. I was staying at my friend Corey's house who works for the Flames. And before the Nashville thing, you saw the footage from the Predators game where they were cussing and the mic camera picked him up.
Yeah.
Before that, right after the Nylander thing, Corey goes, "Explain to me how anyone's upset about this." He goes, "Yet the cameras pick up fuck you, like cussing and degrading each other." And he goes, "And that's not a problem? Like, this is what we're going to get upset about? Give me a break, guys."
I mean, just
stop making something out of everything.
Just stop it. And my part two of this is the actual no fun league, the NFL. I don't know if you follow American football a lot. Yesterday, the second winningest coach in the history of the NFL with 8 Super Bowl rings, 6 as a coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator, was not elected to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. I'm talking about Bill Belichick. Mm-hmm. I have zero dogs in this fight. I got nothing other than a commentary about the absolute absurdity. Oh, well, he was caught in the cheating scandal, or there was Deflategate, or this, that, or the other thing. The NFL just embarrassed themselves almost as much as they're going to embarrass themselves when Bad Bunny is the halftime entertainment at the Super Bowl in a couple weeks. But this is just another example of, I mean, who do these people think they are? These are sports. Sports are emotional. Hockey is the most heat-of-the-moment sport of all of them by a long shot. You would agree with that. But this is absurd to me. He's not in the Hall of Fame. And if I'm Eddie Belichick and that's my dad, I would say when they come calling next year, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Okay. So first of all, whether you believe he cheated or not, he was never convicted of cheating anything. I believe they did. I believe they cheated just like Houston cheated in baseball.
Exactly.
100%.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
But also, I'm of the belief that if you're not, because we're not going to get into the Carter Hart thing here, but if you weren't legally or whatever, said you did something wrong, that's why they're holding him out of the Hall of Fame. Now, bringing this back to hockey, Theoren Fleury is not in the Hockey Hall of Fame. There is absolutely no reason.
Oh, that's a good one. I forgot about him.
Theoren Fleury shouldn't be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. He deserves it. Listen, he was a fucking flame.
And you hate them. We know that.
Correct. But I'll tell you one thing. I met Theo last year at a golf tournament, and incredible ambassador for the sport. He's been sober for a long time. He has like recovery background, coaching stuff. And he has a mental health organization. I mean, the guy does a lot of work for the mental health and everything. He's a big advocate and has this company, and it's called the Breaking Free Foundation. So this Breaking Free Foundation had this golf tournament, and I met Theo, and of course we were chirping. Yeah, I was chirping in the audience. You want to hear a funny story, actually, on that side note? Half the room was Flames fans. Probably the other half was Oilers fans. So I'm sitting at the head table. Theo's talking. They're doing an auction. And they were auctioning off a 1989 Calgary Flames jersey that was signed by the team. Stanley Cup winning team. They had gotten together after 30 years and they signed this jersey. They were auctioning it off. So Theo is telling the whole crowd, there's probably 150 people there, telling the whole crowd, he's like, yeah, this jersey, it's been signed by everybody on the team. It's a Colin Patterson jersey. These, it's got the Stanley Cup logo. He goes, these are hard to come by. And I pipe up and go, especially around here. Of course, half the room laughed, half the room booed. And Theo didn't miss a beat. He goes, because obviously he knows I'm loyal to the oil. So he gave me so much shit. And, he was like, after we were chatting, and he's like, because he is apparently like, he's really zippy, but he's a good dude. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. And I said, you know what, Theo? I go, never in a million years did I think I'd be here having a really healthy, fun conversation with you. I'm like, but you know what saved your beans? And I told him this. I said, you put that maple leaf on your chest and you are a fucking animal. So you're okay in my books, right? And so we talk shit about, we talk shit. Flames players, me. It's shit talking and it's legit. We can be like, I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And then we can have a nice conversation.
For $5,000.
Right. But Theo doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't want basically the Flames have pretty much disowned him. And it's all because the controversy that has surrounded him throughout his career. And he's on in the Hockey Hall of Fame. And that's a crime. And never in my life did I think I would stand up for Theoren Fleury, especially to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. But if Theo is not in the Hall of Fame, nobody should be. But that's the same point. It's all the other stuff surrounding it. Come on, guys. Get your fucking head screwed on straight.
When you walk on the field, that's what you're judged by. Didn't kill a kid, right? Didn't rape a monkey, right? Had some problems. He's still a human being.
Yeah.
Besides being a hockey player and a great hockey player, which he was. Yeah. So I don't know. It just, don't take yourself so seriously.
Yeah, that's Theo. He doesn't give a shit.
Right? And Gary
Bill Belichick.
Gary Bettman, get rid of the
Actually,
5.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know where I was going with that. Somebody needs to just donate the fine money, or it's just stupid.
What's really funny is that Theo is actually one of the biggest Gary Bettman supporters out there, because when Theo was trying to make a comeback and get clean and sober and whatever, he straight up said Gary Bettman called him personally, asked him if he was okay. Really, Theo probably shouldn't have been allowed back in hockey, but Gary Bettman let him come back, encouraged him to come back, supported him through his sobriety and his comeback and everything. And if you guys, I guarantee nobody watching this knows the whole story of Theoren Fleury from junior hockey. Just Google it. It's a lot. It's heavy. But yeah, he was supportive. But yeah, so when you look at something like that and then the Nylander thing,
it's just, I don't know.
Are you
Congratulations, Gary Bettman. You have one supporter.
Well, yeah, one. That doesn't care really.
Right. I want to talk about something that's probably going to make you really happy. A few episodes ago, I raved about Bill Guerin. Remember? We were talking about the risk he took by bringing in the Hughes kid from Vancouver.
Okay.
Well, guess what? I'm an emotional girl today, so today Bill's going to get fucking bombed. Here's my prediction and my predicament. The United States is not going to win the gold medal in hockey this year. And the primary reason that they are not going to win the gold medal in hockey this year is because of people like Trocheck and the other one.
JT Miller.
Yeah, those guys. 3 of the top 10 scorers in the National Hockey League are American-born right now. Cole Caulfield in Montreal, Alex DeBrincat in Detroit.
Brock Miller, the other one?
I can't remember who the other was. Anyway, 3 of the top 10. How many of them are on the All-Star team? On the Olympic team?
Oh, must be 0.
It is 0.
Or Brock Nelson, I mean.
Yeah.
I say Brock Miller. Yeah. Brock Nelson.
Yeah, 0. So they're going to get down to the point where it might be the medal round or it might be the game before the medal round, and they're going to have a scoring drought. And the 3 of the top 10 Americans, 3 of the top 10 in scoring in the National Hockey League, who are Americans, aren't going to be in Milan. They're going to be in Cabo, or, well, they'll be back to practice. But this team is constructed like an NHL team, a big, strong NHL team, but they don't have goal scoring. They don't have depth, right? They're big and bruising and physical and this, that, and the other thing, but they're not going to score goals. And that falls on Mr. Guerin. And the more I read about it, and I read not only Canadian broadcasters' opinion, but Americans, and I read from team and stuff like that, it makes an awful lot of sense to me. There's no reason that I understand why Canada didn't take all the kids.
Can't.
You just can't, right?
Yeah.
If you could put 2 teams in from each country, there'd be 2 stacked lineups.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Celebrini is better than Bedard.
Mm-hmm.
Schaefer, I mean, he's 18, but still, Drew Doughty, he's 218.
No, I would take Drew Doughty every day of the week on my team. 100%.
I am preparing myself for disappointment that the Americans are going to have a goal-scoring drought, and it's either going to cost them a trip to the medal round, the bronze medal, or the gold medal.
Okay. So, and this is, I'm trying very hard to put my bias aside, obviously, right? Looking at this from an overview. The U.S. doesn't have the best team anyway. If you put those goal scorers on the team, they still are not near as good as Canada. And I'm not saying that because I'm Canadian, but let's be honest. The top 4 players in the world at that tournament are on Canada's team. I mean, and that's just for what it is, or five players. Like if you want to count Celebrini in there, I mean, he's playing out of his mind. I'm not saying he's the top 5 in the world. I'm not saying that.
He's getting there.
But he's right. He's having a great year, and he's very smart, and he's aware and fast and whatever.
And he's going.
Yeah. Right. And, but like you said, you can't take everybody from Canada. Canada always has 20 guys that could easily step in on that team. The U.S. never really has that, which is fine. But I think like the Jake Robertson conversation was the first one.
Oh, that's the other one.
Yeah.
That's
now,
it. Robertson in Dallas.
All of a sudden, Caulfield is putting the fucking puck in the net like his ass caught fire.
And there's no goalie.
Yeah. And it's like, it kind of happened with some other players too. Like we saw, it just blanked me. Mark Scheifele's been playing a little better since he was left off the Canadian team. We always got like a Sam Bennett that's going to bring it and stuff like that got left off. But we're like, well, it's always a matter of opinion in Canada. Who's a Jets fan thinks Scheifele should be on the team, whatever. Here, it's like, even as Canadians, we're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Like, I would have just never, me personally, I would have never, Cole Caulfield would have been the guy that I put on that team more than Jake Robertson, because I've seen Cole Caulfield play better at an international level. And the way he plays in Montreal, he's a small guy that plays well. I feel like he has more, I don't know if the word is pedigree internationally than Jake Robertson, but you can't lose with either one of them.
I don't think his first name is Jake. There's one in Toronto. His brother's in Toronto. I don't think it's Jake.
The Robertson kid?
Yeah.
What's his fucking name in Dallas?
Hey, Bjorn, can you can you ask Siri what the Dallas Stars player whose last name is Robertson is?
God, how did we just have It's
no, I've been waiting for you to
thing.
pause. It's a Hobby Bula maneuver. Did you buy
Jason Robertson?
Okay,
sorry.
Close.
Jason.
Hey, did you buy the thing I asked you to buy? God damn it.
Well, okay, listen. So I was in a thrift shop at like a little like farmer's market back in Calgary. There's like an indoor thing. And this guy had all these really cool old like little bobbleheads.
Action figures.
Yeah. But there was like bobbleheads and shit like that. There was a Habby Bulin one.
Our favorite goalie ever.
I sent a picture to Eddie. And I had to tell my friend Tammy, I was like, oh my God, I got to take this picture.
And I said, you didn't buy it for $20?
No, I didn't have the room in my luggage. I didn't think I was going to have room. Eddie, I can't be fucking buying willy-nilly shit.
You could have shipped it to me.
Oh, yeah, I was going to buy a thing and spend fucking $40.
I would have paid. We need Hobby Bulin on the table.
We'll get one. We'll order one online. This thing was like $20
okay.
Canadian.
So anyway. Okay, to the point. Do you think that the construction is wrong for them to be a legitimate contender for gold.
Oh, 100%. Well, yeah, they weren't, in my opinion, they were not a gold medal contender anyway before they even picked their team. They just don't have the strong players. But no, I think that again, though, I've never been a Trocheck fan because I've heard bad things about his character. And same with JT Miller. I've heard really shitty things about their character. And so I would have never put them on the team because of that. Same reason Logan Thompson squeaked in as a third goalie.
He didn't squeak in. He got in because Aiden Hill's not healthy or wasn't healthy. He backed into it.
Logan Thompson was not going to be on that team.
No.
There's a reason he wasn't on the Four Nations team.
Yep.
This is the difference. This is the difference. In Canada, if you're not coming on this team if you're going to act like a fucking fool. Whereas here, it's like, well, whatever. I think the U.S. constructed their team because they knew that if they didn't have a rough and tumble team, there's no way they were going to beat Canada. No chance. The only thing the U.S. gives a fuck about is beating Canada. They don't care about anything else. So that's, in my opinion, why the team was constructed like that. I guess. I don't know. It's the only thing I can make sense of. Okay, next.
On a nicer tone of things, you got to give your flowers to Patrick Kane. Tied Mike Modano last night for the most points ever by an American player. 3 Stanley Cups. Conn Smythe literally resurrected his career after having his hips basically resurfaced and redone. What an incredible achievement. I know it's not Wayne Gretzky, and it is an American player, but that's still, in the scope of things, that's an enormous accomplishment.
He didn't play for like a year.
a year and a half. He was out, and he came back, and he was a little slow to the uptick when he got back.
Well, yeah.
But now he's going again, and I applaud Stevie Yzerman for giving him the opportunity to come back. He picked him up off the Rangers when the Rangers were sinking quickly. But what an incredible accomplishment for a 36, 37-year-old guy. He probably was never really in consideration for the Olympics. But if you think about the entire history of hockey, he is 1 point away from being the highest scoring American player in history. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to get a little further down. He's going to get the most assists, and he's going to pick up, all of it. But what a great hockey story, I think. And, to go all the way back to remember when we talked about certain people who we were talking about how many superstars there were in the league.
Yeah.
And one person had about 25 or 26, and the other person who might not be part of the Golden Knights broadcast team had only about 6 or 7. Said Patrick Kane's not a superstar. If you're the leading point getter in the entire history of the NHL as an American, you're a superstar.
I disagree. I don't think he's a superstar
anymore. You don't. Yeah. Was he a superstar when he won 3 cups in 6 years in a Conn Smythe?
That's a good question.
I think it's the easiest question in the world. 3 cups in 6 years in a Conn Smythe.
Yeah, but that's a team. The Stanley Cup's a team thing, and
he put up the numbers.
Yeah,
it wasn't like he won the Conn Smythe and had 3 goals and 4 assists in the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess it's dependent on what, I don't know. I just like for example, this is a great comparison. I considered Jonathan Toews a superstar, but I don't anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, I guess, yeah, Patrick Kane would have been a superstar at the time. I just don't really consider them superstars, anymore.
Well, very few people.
That's just because that's my belief.
Yeah, very few people attain the level of superstar and maintain the level of superstar until they retire.
Well, these two were hurt and injured and sick and whatever. Different.
Yeah, a different thing. But wear and tear and decline, I mean, with no disrespect to the second love of your life, the great one wasn't exactly the great one in St. Louis and New York.
Right, like he wasn't a superstar but he did get he got 8 goals and like 52, how many assists? He got a lot of assists that year.
Right, but so stars ascend, stars decline. I'm just happy for the guy. It's a great comeback story because of the severity of hips, and we're starting to see that more and more. Mm-hmm. Thatcher Demko now done for the season, wherever he is, Vancouver. But I think it's just a great feel-good story. And the fact that Madonna was there and
and looks like he's younger than Patrick Kane.
He kind of
does look like $1 million, that guy.
Yeah, Patrick, I could easily see Patrick as like the grumpy old man.
Yeah. No, Mike Modano just looks so good. No,
he still looks like a TV star.
You know who else? So speaking of old like guys like that, there's some guys in the league that just like Steve Yzerman still looks really good. He looks really young. Mike Modano's one of them. I mean, Brendamore's body obviously looks like a 25-year-old that lifts a lot. But yeah.
He's a 55-year-old that lifts a lot.
Yeah. Paul Maurice actually looks pretty good too. He's not, he doesn't look that old. How
about Jared Bednar?
Oh, I love him.
Well, that was the easy. That was.
I'm so.
Watch out! Look
so
how. If you're watching this, Sarina's as red as her sweatpants right now. Talking about Jared Bednar.
He's hot. And I don't say that about too many people in the league, but Jared Bednar,
he's your silver fox.
Yeah, he's very handsome. Yeah.
Okay, enough shenanigans. Let's take a break. Get a word in from Dr. John Pierce at Ageless Forever, and we'll come back and talk Golden Knights hockey in just a minute. I'm back with my good friend, Dr. John Pierce, and I want to talk about healing. I had rotator cuff surgery in May. I started a regimen of peptides, things that help enhance and speed up the healing process for recovery. If you don't know what peptides are, you're about to get a short, quick understanding of them and how important it could be for you if you got an upcoming surgery. Let her rip.
So, we use peptides here that are approved coming from U.S. Licensed pharmacies. You got to be careful because there's a lot of stuff out on the gray market. That's the stuff you can order on the internet and you don't know exactly what you're getting. However, what do peptides do? Well, peptides do a lot of different things depending on what we're looking to do. Now we're going to talk about a couple peptides that decrease inflammation and upregulate healing. That is unlike taking an anti-inflammatory medication or a corticosteroid, which decrease inflammation and downregulate healing. So that tissue that you just got repaired, or if you just injured, you want it to heal and you don't want to make it more prone to further injury. This is where the peptides come in because they decrease the amount of inflammatory, they're called cytokines produced by the cells, and they upregulate growth hormone receptors in the connective tissue, thus allowing better healing. So we get the best of both worlds. If you've got an injury and you want to get back quicker, peptides can help. If you're suffering from chronic issues like osteoarthritis, peptides actually can help that as well. If you have orthopedic surgery or any type of surgery that's planned and you can prepare before and after surgery, your healing time will be better.
This is really important, folks. We're all getting older. We're not healing the way we used to heal. I know for a fact that the regimen of peptides that I take improved my healing and also shortened the time that it's taken me to get better. Pick up the phone, call Ageless Forever, tell the girls that you found the practice through the Hockey Nights in Vegas podcast. Your first consultation with Dr. Pierce is free. Don't you want to get better faster? It's pretty much it. All right, we're back. I'm going to give you 4 choices. We're going to talk about all 4, but I'll let you pick the order. We can talk about the panic in the fan base regarding Aiden Hill.
That's going to be a good one. Fuck, I can't wait.
We can talk about the Rasmus Andersson trade.
Oh, okay.
We can talk about 25, 14, and 13, first in the Pacific.
Okay.
Or we can talk about 6 wins, 3 turds, and an overtime loss. The Golden Knights' last 10 games. Which one would you like to address first, young lady?
Let's just get the record out of the way here. Let's get all that.
It's not a lot of fluff in that.
It's just I just can't stand the point in overtime. And I was thinking about this last night while I was watching the overtime because I subscribe to TSN.
Okay.
And I just watched the game. So I watched the TSN broadcast, which is fucking slick. And I'm like, here we are. Your team lost. You lost. The other team, like Bruce Cassidy said, we have to score more goals than the other team. Apparently you don't if you want to get a point. Oh, you lost. The other team scored more goals in the allotted time frame, but you still get a point. This is a fucking participation medal here, people. I can't stand that point. This would be a completely different conversation if the point wasn't there. they'd be in a bad spot.
Bad spot. They'd be out of the playoffs.
So we can kind of lead into, because I do want to talk about the Razzie Whitecloud thing.
Okay.
But leading into,
I mean, they're still first in the division.
Yes, but
they're still a point ahead of Edmonton.
Who gives a fuck? If you're first in the division of the dog shit division, which is what that fucking division is right now, there's teams in that division that are really good. Like Edmonton's a good team. They should have more points. Vegas should have more points. My biggest concern would be we're first in a division. Who cares? We are not winning the games we're supposed to be winning.
Well, then that leads me a little bit off, and then we'll come back. They're 52 games into the season, I think. Is it time to start scoreboard watching? It's getting close.
Yeah,
or you're just going to wait till they come back from the Olympics?
You just got to win. You got to fucking win, right? Like, I don't look over the fence. People here love to laugh at the Leafs and laugh at the Leafs. Hey.
Oh, come on.
Stay on your own.
Leafs are funny.
Stay on your own side of the fucking fence, right? Like, as much as I hate the Calgary Flames, I don't look at the Flames and go, ha, you lost. Fuck you. I look at, hey, what do we need to do to win a fucking hockey game? What do we need to do to win? I guarantee Bruce Cassidy ain't looking over the fence.
No.
He's like, what am I going to do? He moved Riley up to the top line, right? Riley Smith was playing with
Jack and Mark Stone.
Yeah, which I think is great, right? I think Riley Smith could play anywhere. I like him. I'm a big fan. That's just whatever. But it's like, we got to try everything here. Like, Vegas is scraping the bottom of the barrel for
everything,
right? Because of injuries, and you can't use everybody's injured. Everyone's injured. It's the way it goes. But it's really rough around here because it has been pretty much from day one. So you got to think, what can we do to win the next game, right? Like, I don't think Bruce Cassidy would be happy he got a point against Montreal. He's got to win the fucking game.
I think they were the better team than Montreal for a good part of that game. They do seem to go through extended patches where they have trouble scoring.
Yeah.
And right now, the person who's saving their ass is Dorofeev.
Yeah.
Right? But he also ends up on a milk carton for 15 or 20 games a couple streaky. Of times. I mean, he is the tech, and he's on a fucking heater right now. I mean, not only the people were criticizing him, only scores power play goals. Now he's scoring a 5-on-5 and scoring power play goals. He's on an absolute fucking heater. Take Mark Stone, franchise record for points in a game. Jack one behind him, but they're not getting enough. And the Golden Knights, like every NHL team, have to turn in a starting lineup, but it doesn't. Sometimes it lasts 5 minutes.
Right.
If they're not going, Bruce literally should show up with like a chef's hat and a big apron on and one of those giant things, because that's all he's going to do is keep fucking mixing until he figures out how to find some offense, right?
Well, the fucking dry erase board was probably invented by a guy like Bruce Cassidy.
Well, yeah. I mean,
right? Like, what are we going to do here?
Yeah, and they are third in the West, 6 points behind Dallas, who's coming to town tomorrow night, and a game in hand.
With good old Jake Robertson.
yeah, Jakey. Yeah, that's him, Jakey boy.
Fucking, I'm my father's child. I used to make fun of my dad for forgetting names. Here we are.
I'm concerned about the operation, right? They just haven't clicked. It looked like they were clicking when they won 6 in a row. They were going.
Yeah.
And we think, all right, they're going to go on the road. They're going to have their steak dinners. They're going to go to Gibson's last night in Montreal. They're going to do their thing. And they shit the bed in Boston, played one period. They came out and won the emotional, most important game of the year, bar none, right? That game was enormously significant. The result this time meant everything, because now the Band-Aid is off. Shut the fuck up. 30 games to go. Let's get to work. And then they proceeded. Shitting the bed is insulted that I said shitting the bed when it described their performance in Ottawa. There's no other you lost 7-1 to the 14th team in the Eastern Conference with a goalie who had, I think it was his second or third NHL start. They're horrible. I don't turn off the game often, but there was wrestling on, and I think I watch wrestling because I like adult soap operas. But that's just for a story for another day. And then last night, it was a competitive game. Power play doesn't come through. Dorofeyev scores 2, and then here comes the overtime loss. 13 overtime losses. If they win half of those, they're basically 10 points clear in the West. If my sister had a dick and ball, she'd be my brother. But they've got to get it together, and there doesn't seem like, well, we know for sure there isn't any help in sight before the Olympic break. Bruce said they're all done. They're all out. Howden, Carlson, McNabb, nobody's coming back before the Olympic break. This is what we've got. We have 5 games left, 4 at home. They better start making some hay or they're going to get lapped. Edmonton's not playing fantastic, but they're playing better than Vegas is right now. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
My level of concern is starting to bubble a little bit. The baby run of 6 games was nice, but then they followed it up with this. I mean, 6 wins and 3 turds is not, because they weren't even losses. They were flat out turds, right? Boston, Philadelphia, and Ottawa. They were terrible against Philadelphia. Terrible. And there's no explanation. Did you not get your nappies? Was the chicken parm pregame a little undercooked, or I'm struggling to find the identity for the club. I guess that's where I want to say. Do you see any bright lights anywhere, or are we just grinding?
Okay, here we go. Remember over the last few months, I've been saying about how there's so much more intensity in Henderson. The Vegas Golden Knights play with 0 intensity. There's no intensity. The game that they, in my opinion, one of the best games they played this year, or this, the last since Christmas or whatever, 2026, was in Toronto.
That was fantastic.
Why? Because they stood up for their teammate. They had a reason to win. When Keegan Kolazar came out and pulled that sellout jersey out of somebody's, he was setting a statement. You are not going to fuck with my boy. You are not going to fuck with us. And they went out there and they were on a tear from the get. And then they go back to playing every other game after with 0 intensity. It's like Shorzy says, they don't hate to lose. They don't hate to lose. How is there no intensity? The only game they've played with intensity is in Toronto.
And the Toronto game here was pretty intense.
But that one was like, okay, you're not going to fuck with our boy. If they played every game like that, this is a different conversation. They have to come up with a way to hate to lose. The other night against Montreal. Okay, let's get into the fan thing. Everybody's wound up about the goaltending. The comments on social media, the hockey education here is unparalleled. But what I'm saying is...
Unparalleled, good or bad?
It's embarrassing. I said that sarcastically.
Okay, good.
But
just
listen, the fans are entitled to their opinion. If you're buying tickets,
you pay your money, you get your say.
You're buying jerseys, you're buying whatever. Guys, here's the problem. The problem is not the goaltending. The problem is not the defense. The problem defensively, there was a lot of issues against Montreal. A lot. You saw Jeremy Lauzon take himself out of position. He had to because there was nobody covering the guy in the slot. So he goes to cover the guy in the slot. I think it was Caulfield was left behind on the side of the net. Who the fuck's covering these guys? That's a problem. But here's the problem. Here's what led to the game-winning goal. Eichel was fucking lazy. Nobody's talking about the fact that Eichel was lazy coming out of his own zone. Move your ass. I've seen Eichel skate to his full potential one time this year. I didn't realize he was that fast. Move your fucking ass. It's like watching Draisaitl in Edmonton. Move your ass. Get off the ice. Get to the bench. Get off. That's the problem. I said that last year about Draisaitl. He's obviously fantastic. I would have him on my team any day. but move your ass. There's no intensity. Then the playoffs come and it's a different story. But like, this is the problem. You guys are not seeing the little things. They're like talking about how Slafkovsky kept up with Eichel. That's what the broadcasters were saying last night. Slafkovsky did a great job keeping up with Eichel. If Eichel was full jets, he would pound Slafkovsky into the ground. There's no way. But move your fucking feet. He stuttered a little bit and then went, oh shit, I better skate. There's no intensity from a guy like Eichel. If Eichel played like Mark Stone every game, this is a different conversation. Mark Stone is balls to the wall every shift, every game. Now, obviously, Eichel's a different player. I get that. But the lack of intensity, again, it's fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing. In my opinion, no intensity.
So, Coach Taylor, how do you find or manufacture intensity?
I'm not going to pretend to be an NHL coach or a hockey coach, whatever. It's different. You're dealing with adults here, right? Yeah. You're dealing with, this is different.
20 individual corporations.
But this is why coaches get fired. And I'm not talking about Bruce Cassidy getting fired. It's not that.
Oh no, he's been in the comments too.
Well,
hot seat comments.
But this is why coaches get fired, because something's not clicking. Your captain is doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's all you can ask for out of Mark Stone. In my opinion, this is one of the best seasons I've seen Mark Stone have.
Oh, he's been fantastic.
Been unbelievable. And I'm so happy for him because he's a great captain and he's really proving it this year. And I just look at like, Eichel, you wear a letter? What the fuck, dude? You're not a leader on this team. Move, skate, be an example, be a leader. But again, he's out there for 2 minutes on the power play, 2 minutes on the penalty kill. Like my dad said, no wonder he can't fucking skate. He's tired. So you have to get, you look at a guy like Marner. He's not going to, and Eichel, they're not going to bang and crash in the corner and whatever. No. But Marner puts in an effort on his shifts. No question. I can't say the same for half the team. And against Montreal, Hurdle on the back check.
That was brutal.
Yes, but
shouldn't have been in that position anyway.
He shouldn't have been in the position is exactly my point. However, if Hurdle makes a play on that back check, he's going to get a penalty. You can't touch a fucking guy. Like, look at Lane Hudson got a penalty. You never even touched the guy. To the point where the ref went over last week and apologized for giving him a penalty. The blue line
took him down. Yeah.
Like, you can't, if Hurdle would have even attempted
it was a hook.
Back check,
it's a hook.
He was going to get a penalty. So you can't even blame him in that situation, but it's all the shit that happens before that. Again, Lauzon playing the guy in the slot, he had to leave the guy. You could see Lauzon was like, fuck, what do I do? Play the guy with the puck in the slot or where it was going, left a guy open behind the net, they scored. It's not any one person's fault in particular. As much as I bag on Eichel, I just expect more of a guy like Eichel. You're paying him a lot of money. He's supposed to be a superstar in this league. He's not playing like one.
So on a scale of 1 to 100, where's your concern? You're not concerned they're going to fall out of the playoffs.
No, like they're getting by. They're kind of like Montreal. They're getting by. But Montreal works a lot harder. The Islanders, Buffalo. Look at the intensity Buffalo's played with the last 20-some games. Buffalo's like 18-3-1 or some crazy shit like that.
After they fired the GM.
Yeah, they're like 15-3-1 after they fired.
You're right. 18. It's 18-3 something.
Right.
Yeah?
So
in a boat race last night.
Buffalo has been really good. Like they've been working hard, and you knew that they had the potential because they have guys that do that. I don't know. I don't understand. Just you got to get them to hate to lose. They hate to lose because they're athletes, but you know what I mean by that.
So we probably don't have to talk about Adin Hill. We sort of, I mean,
we could carry on about this for hours.
Right. I mean, he was out 4 months. He's been back 4 games.
Probably prematurely.
You would think, given the situation, there's a realistic chance that they might have said to him, "We kind of need you." I don't want to beat that horse into the ground at all because it's going to play out how it's going to play out at this point. Carter Hart's not coming back before the All-Star break. There's 5 games left. You would suppose that Adin Hill is probably going to get 3 of them.
And side note, Schmid had a good game against Montreal.
Yeah, that game could have been 7-2 against.
Unbelievable.
The one save he made, they should make one of those little statue things about.
Dude, he got undressed on the overtime goal, which this is another thing. I'm gonna pop off. That 3-on-3 overtime is fucking dog shit. There was not 3-on-3 the entire overtime because there was penalties. There was a penalty. So it was 4-on-3 and then it was 4-on-4 and then there was no whistle. Montreal scored. So why do we have 3-on-3 anyway? We could carry on for hours.
So I guess we'll just have to see with Adin Hill. He hasn't been good. They haven't been good in front of him. Right?
Yeah, it's not his fault.
Right. It's a whole. There's a whole bunch more symptoms to the illness than bad goaltending.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of issues.
Right.
Yeah.
The team's got a ton of issues, and they're going to have to. They're going to have to work it through.
Here's the thing. This is, I think, the biggest concern. It's mistakes, not issues. They're making mistakes they shouldn't be making versus, we just don't have a good third line center right now.
No, there's a lot of blown coverages. There's a lot of sticks in the wrong lanes. There's a lot of coachable fixables, but they're not executing 100% to the level we expect. Which is
why I don't think my concern is huge right now, because if they can fix it or like they can nip
and these are fixable things. This is not systemic. Right. It's fixable.
It's not like who's basement in the league right now. Like, it's not like, they're like
Vancouver.
They're fucked, right? It's not like Vegas is like that.
Well, that's probably good because our podcast would be a lot more sad.
One of my girlfriends texted me and she goes, I'm so glad I'm not a Canucks fan right now. And I go, so glad I'm not a Canucks fan ever. The fuck out of here.
Then I guess we've talked the record. We talked the turds. I'm not getting after Adin Hill till after if he continues when they get back from the Olympics, maybe we can have this conversation if he doesn't start to find himself.
Mm-hmm.
The big news was, once again, Kelly McCrimmon gave the $5,000 Nylanders to the entire league and traded for Rasmus Andersson, arguably the worst kept secret in the NHL. Since last summer, according to Kelly, they were in on him. The story went that his agent, what's the word? I'll just call him a piece of shit, Claude Lemieux, OE of Turtle and getting pounded by Darren McCarty, is his agent. And Boston was in deep. And apparently they had the structure of a deal. It was just about there to the trade call. And Boston said, we need an extension. And Claude said, go fuck yourself. And Kelly rolled back in his chair and he rubbed his belly and he called old Claude up and said, hey, we'll take that fella without an extension. And he said, he's coming to Vegas. And here he is. The downside, they traded a really good guy, a really well-spoken, well thought out, good human who was a diehard Golden Knight. But trades happen, and you don't get something for nothing. Did they give up a couple? They gave up a first. They gave up a conditional first if they win the cup this year. The fun stat is the Golden Knights have exactly one of their first-round picks. They consider them disposable. I heard somebody complaining, they never develop any talent. Well, if you look at what they traded and look at what they got for what they traded, you should just shut the fuck up. Because that's how Kelly operates. He takes proven commodities over speculation, regardless if it's a first pick, and it ain't like it's ever going to be a top 10 pick, or at least not anytime soon, right? I was sad to see Zach go. I enjoyed talking to him the few times I did, but I enjoyed even more listening to how thoughtful of a guy he was. Off the ice, about hockey, an absolute passionate lover of dogs, went to all the Golden Knights, like adopt-a-thons and stuff like that. An absolute, the epitome of what Bill Foley wants as a Vegas Golden Knight. Pardon me. That being said, they made a significant upgrade. A significant. And there are people on press row who will point to Rasmus Andersson's difficult defensive metrics this year. Well, he's playing on a dog shit team. He was playing first pair minutes against everybody's best every single night. Paul Coffey would have dog shit numbers if he had to play against the people that, Andersson lined up against. Got a couple point in each game with the Golden Knights, I think. 30 points already. Moves the puck. Drives the transition game, which is one of those fixable things that we were talking about just a couple of minutes ago. It needs to be fixed, I think. I have zero problem with them making this deal other than the little humanity that I have left is sad to see him go. I'm really looking forward to April 2nd when he comes back. I bet a bunch of us are going to go to the visitors' room and say hi and talk to him and just, if he's still in Calgary, which is another topic altogether. What say you about General Manager McCrimmon and the trade?
I'd have made that trade every day of the week.
Twice on Sunday.
Yeah, when I hear people here talking about this, I'm like, what do you really know about Rasmus Andersson? Nothing, because you just watched the Golden Knights. You didn't pay attention to him. I'll tell you that for fucking free. But, Zach, I asked Corey in Calgary. Well, we spoke on the phone after Zach got traded there, and then we talked about it a lot this weekend. Because what people don't understand is it's hard on guys like Corey, the equipment guys, the staff. He goes, Razzie was with me for 10 years. He's like, it's hard. That side of the business is hard. When you have to say goodbye to those guys, it's not just the players. It's not just the Keegan Kolazars. It's the equipment staff. It's all those guys that, they travel with the team. They're with these guys 10 years. Razzie was in Calgary. That's hard. But he goes, I said, how's Zach doing? He goes, oh, he's such a nice guy. Brought in donuts for the staff. Him and his girl came into the rink on Saturday. They went out to the outdoor rink. They were shooting the puck around. And, I'm sure it was hard for Zach initially because this is where he was blossomed and, this is his home. But when you as a Canadian, when you get to play on a Canadian team, that's a different vibe. It is a different vibe up there. He gets to go back to being a kid, going to play on the ODR, going where everybody around the city is obsessed with the team and everybody talks about hockey nonstop. I sat down with the frickin' flight attendants before my flight to go up there. First thing we talked about was hockey. It's all we talked about. These ladies had some interesting Carter Hart takes, by the way. And
can we not go down that road?
No, they were fully in support of that. I hope the fans are treating him well there because he didn't do a fucking thing wrong. And they were full, it was a 20-minute conversation with a bunch of women defending Carter Hart because they know the game. They know the situation. They know all of it. But I think that once the shock wears off and the heartache for Zach, I think he's going to be really happy there. I really do. And I think Calgary would be stupid to trade a guy like that because he's a prairie boy. He's just a good Canadian kid that you're not going to see him shining like a diamond every shift, but he's getting the job done. And I watched him because I went to the game Friday night when they played Washington, and Zach just does his job. And he just does his job. And there's a lot more criticism in Canada than there is here. Believe it or not, people. You guys think there's a lot of criticism up there. But you know what? He'll be fine. And I think he's going to be happy in the long run.
He's going to get a spectacular standing ovation.
He should.
An absolute, and I've seen almost all of them, right? There aren't many left. This one is going to, if you're a Golden Knights fan and you can score a ticket to that game on April 2nd, there will be plenty of not dry eyes.
And he deserves it.
And he deserves every single flower.
He's just the guy you don't have to tell him to do shit, like you said about the dog adoption thing. And it is going to be different. I don't know much about Rasmus Andersson and his involvement in the community, but he's not going to have the same involvement that Zach Whitecloud did.
It would be very difficult. Zach's been here a long time.
Yeah, and so it's it just is what it is. Again, it's a business, and we were talking about how that's the hard side of the business. Corey's heart was broken having to say goodbye to Rasmus. He's like, it's really shitty. It's really shitty. But at least they got a quality human being in return.
Engineer Bjorn, how are we doing on time? 52. Oh,
okay,
shit.
We got to wrap her up.
No, I wanted to talk about the preview, but let's talk about the more fun things. We have a watch party.
Yep.
This Sunday at the Space. Doors at 5:30. Game at 6:30. Food, drink, prizes, all ages. Ticket giveaway. Just show up at the Space. You don't need to RSVP or anything like that. Your trusty podcast hosts will be hosting and doing some trivia and some fun things. And I guarantee you, I'm not going to make Sarina cry, but I'm going to give Sarina maybe one of the happiest moments since she got to Vegas when she sees the surprise. And I know I'm building it up, right? And I shamelessly built up your birthday gift.
But it was good. Like it was.
This is an absolute home run.
Okay.
But hey, we're going to give away tickets too, but you have to do stuff for us. It's a straight transaction thing. You've got to like this podcast. You got to subscribe to it. You've got to comment tickets in the comments. And I watch those damn comments. So if you don't comment tickets, you ain't in on the drawing. And then we want you to share it to either Facebook or Instagram or wherever the hell your socials are. Share the podcast. We're doing great building our subscriber base. We thank you so much for that. We want more. And we're going to shamelessly bribe you with 2 incredible tickets to an upcoming Golden Knights game after the Olympic break. And if I can twist Sarina's arm, we'll probably go have Mexican food before the game, too, at our very favorite Mexican restaurant.
In the strip joint?
Yes.
You go to the Peelers right after the Mexican food. We'll leave time before the game.
No, okay. We'll have an early meal at El Dorado Cantina on Sammy Davis. Then you can grab a quick lap dance, and then you can go to the barn. Is there any better prize package in the history of fucking podcasts than outstanding Mexican food, lap dances, and an NHL game? Seriously? Is there anything better than that right now?
Sounds like a great Saturday.
I mean, that's a fucking party right there. All brought to you.
I will not be participating in the lap dance. I will not be giving or receiving, just observing.
That is yet to be determined.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. So like the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, share the podcast, comment tickets if you want to get in the drawing. We're going to have the drawing right after the Olympic break. So there's about 2 or 3 episodes left to go. Thank you for all your support. We love the comments. We like being chirped at because we like chirping back. Thanks as always to Dr. John Pierce at Ageless Forever, my friend of over 30 years, for continuing to sponsor the podcast. We went way too long, so let's just stop.
Okay. Can I tell you about the good food I ate quickly while I was in Canada?
I saw a picture. It looked like slop.
The poutine in the burger?
I know what it was.
But I also had, honestly, in the family room at the Saddle Dome, pot roast. It was out of control good. I had pot roast, and it was outstanding. It was probably... I mean, I had some really good meals while I was there, but the pot roast, I can't stop thinking about it.
I have nowhere to go from congratulations to the family room at the Saddle Dome on some outstanding pot roast. And that I guess we're going to end with that. So we'll be back next week. Thanks for joining us. We're done.